Jeez, this is taking me too long to do. Hi, hello, it's your boy JP, bringing you my first ever ElementalHero / MaskedHero Deck profile. I apologize, but before we start this, I just want to say a quick few things. So the first thing I want to say is, considering how long I've been playing this deck, I'm surprised only now I'm getting around to doing a deck profile. But I suppose it's because this is the first deck that I actually put hours and hours into playtesting and doing ratios and everything. So I feel like it's the first deck that actually feel like I should share around. Anyway, that's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is I took a lot of inspiration from a lot of different YouTubers, because that's what I like to do. Before I make a deck, I like to do research. I like to listen to people's opinions on certain cards and play test it and do a bunch of that stuff. So if you see anything that looks like something else, I don't know, it probably is. But anyway, let's get into this. So anyway, let's get into the deck profile. So first things first, I have Blackluster Soldier Envoy the Beginning BOS, simply for the fact that I believe it's a very good tech card, considering the ratios between light cards with Honest Neos, with Ghost Ogre, with Effect Veiler, and then the darks with Shadow Mist, Vion, Summon a Monk. I just feel like it's a very good tech card because it can win you plenty of games, it can banish things, it can attack twice, it's just a very good beat stick, it can just do a bunch of great things. Anyway, the next card is Honest Neos. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I need 3 of these because of part of the designs. I have a banishes one, or maybe even 2, or I just feel like I need another one. So yeah, however, I'm happy with 2. It seems to work very well, and I've also added Mars Charge just for that fact, so I can get another one or anything else situational. So yeah, that's cool. Next is Goblinderberg. So this is something that a lot of people have criticized about my deck. 1 Goblinderberg and 2 Solidman. I pair these 2 together because they practically do the same thing. However, this is why I have 1 of these and not 3 of these, or the other way around. A lot of people criticize it in many different ways. But Solidman, he has a good secondary effect, and if you don't know, he basically Goblinderberg, other than he doesn't swap into defense for heroes. So he can bring out a Shadow Mist, Vion, whatever, as long as it's level 4 or below. But the thing is, I like 2 of these and 1 Goblinderberg for situational purposes. So if I have a Goblinderberg and Summon a Monk in hand, I can just do that combo, and then I can pitch a spell card to bring in Shadow Mist. So I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to get rid of that combo. I feel like it's a very good combo still, or maybe if I have like these 2 were the only cards left in my hand, then I could do that. Then go into an Exceed or Link, whatever. I just feel like it's a very good thing to have 2 Solidman and 1 Goblinderberg. If you don't like it, then change it. It's up to you. Anyway, of course, we have the core, the 3 Shadow Mist, because it's Shadow Mist. Everyone knows you're meant to have 3 of those. I have 2 Vions, simply because of if you need a light or a dark engrave, you can pitch it. You can get Shadow Mist as effect off. It's good for many purposes. You can even use it for Mars Charge. Next, we have Summon a Monk, because of I always like that card in Heroes. Just pitch a spell, free search with Shadow Mist, or special summon I should say, then go on, Link, whatever, Xyz. The next we have Ghost Ogre because of hand traps, 2 of them though, because of I played the ratios, I feel like 2 was best to have. Then 1 Effect Veiler, same thing, 3 hand traps, I feel like I was happy with that. And you could say, why not 3 Ghost Ogre, or why not an Ash? Ash is a fire attribute, so I don't like that. And these ratios played off very well, because a lot of times you don't need Effect Veiler, but it's good to have, and then when you have it, it works well. You don't need multiple of them, in my opinion, so I like that. 3 E-Hero cool, because we don't only have Shadow Mist, Honest Neos, and Vion anymore. We have Solidman, so if you need a Solidman, you can go ahead and get that. Plus, you'd like to search things before you do put a desires, so there's that. Of course, 3 Hero Liz, because it's a free special summon. A Raigeki, that's a Raigeki, you just clear the board. Rhoda, because again, you can search things, and I like this. 1 Rhoda, 3 Hero cool, because of Rhoda you can search anything, whether it be a BOS, Goblinderberg, I just like it for variety and variation. And so you can get more access to things. Pot of Desires, at first I had 2, but then I feel like I wasn't drawing into it enough, and I feel like 3 is just the perfect ratio right now. I feel like it's really, it's basically 3 or it's nothing in this meta, but hey, I did play a test with 2, but 3 much better. You just search everything, use Pot of Desires, get a lot more things in your hand, just do combos. I really like it. Monster Reborn, of course, is the next card, because it's Monster Reborn, and it plays well in Heroes, because you can Especially someone Shadow Mist, get its effect, whatever. Must charge. Sometimes I feel like I want two of them, however, I don't want to draw into it too much. So one is great because you can get back Honest Neos if that's what you want. I always like to have an Honest Neos in my hand, or trick my opponent and have two, and they only think I have one, just in case. You know, that strat's actually worked quite a few times. It won me plenty of games, so there's that. You can always get anything else you want, any other hero must change, especially with desires. You want must charge because of if you banish two of your must change, then you can get another one back into your hand if you've already used it, so that's cool. Twin Twisters, because of if you need an extra light or dark target in the grave, you just pitch something, or of course it's like, you know, two MS2s in one basically, so you just clear back row, whatever you want to do with it, it works very well. Then next I have Return to the Front Lines. Now a lot of people criticize me about this as well and say, yo, why don't you just add Call of the Haunted? Honestly, I like this more because it summons it in defense. How I see it is, if you're going to special summon something from the grave in this deck, you're using it for its effects, so, or like to blink or something. So I usually use on my opponent's turn, so if I would have died, then I can just special summon something in defense, get free mask change, whatever. Or I can do it with the end phase and special summon it anyway. Basically, at the end of the day, how I see it is, if you're going to go for an attack, then you should already have the board. You may as well go for defense for an extra, you know, defense, and because you're not going to use Pull of the Haunted to get more offense. You know, if you're special summoning something, you're doing it for its effect or to go into combos. You're not doing it for the particular card. Though that's just my opinion. I like this a lot more. As I said, you can use it as a defense, you can use it to, you know, combos. I like it a lot more than Call of the Haunted. Plus, you don't need Call of the Haunted to stay on the field. Just special summon it, you're good to go. Sorry about the long explanation there. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, I should be explaining these things in a different way. And at first I was like, I want to talk about these particular cards and not skip to other cards when I was going all around the place. Deck profile is not my thing. Anyway, then I have 3 of the Assaultants. I have Strike, I have Judgment, and Warning, because they're all good in their own ways. And as I said, you know, you can just use them in variation. I just like one of each because it seems to work. Now for the extra deck, I have MaskedHero Dion. Yeah, you could just go into Solidman, combo off of that. Yeah. I used to have Mask Change 2 on the deck, but I got rid of it because of, I just felt like it was unnecessary. Anyway, I'll get to that later. I got an Anki because of Anki. It's really good. You can use combos, you can just get over things, do direct damage if that's what you need. Koga, you don't go into this as often, however, it's still good to have just in case, and it has won me a couple games as well. Then 2 Dark Claw. A lot of people say to add 3, and it used to be 3, however I played with ratios and I just much rather to add 2. Sometimes I wish I had a 3rd, but very rarely. It's like against certain decks you ever need a 3rd. Now for the XCs, I have Tornado Dragon. I really like this card because you just, you know, detach 1 and then you just get rid of a spell or trap card, and you can use on either player's turn, so it works really well. It's basically a Twin Twisters, but you know, you don't need a discard, and it's just good to have sometimes because sometimes you might not have a Twin Twisters, sometimes you just want it. You know, it's really good. It's good against certain decks. I play a lot of back row as well, so that's cool. And then we have number 41, Bagzuka, the Terribly Tired Tapir. I've never pronounced that right at all. Tapir, I don't know. But this guy's good. You know, you can just stall games if that's what you want to do. It's good. I don't go into it too often because of this deck's pretty defensive, but sometimes you need it when you're playing against decks that play like really high attack cards. You have gone to Honest News, so sometimes they have spammy cards, or I don't know. Sometimes you need it, so it's good to have. Excalibur, another one I don't go into too often, but it can still win games. It's still an extremely good card just to have, and I haven't seen a need to replace it, so I haven't. Castel, because everyone knows Castel is a great guy. You just get rid of anything that's bothering you. Abyss Dweller, because if you don't want people playing Burning Abyss, you just don't want people getting the graveyard effects off, especially in this meta, the heaps of graveyard effects. Now for the links, Borderlord Dragon, I used to go into this guy a lot, not often as much because I don't feel the need to, but he's good because he's got 2 links to the sides, 2 links down, so you can use him in different combos, and his effects are really good. It can win you games. It's Borderlord Dragon. It's a great card in general. Next we have Firewall. Now this is a card that I've never really seen myself going into, however I don't want to get rid of it because of it can be good in many situations. So hey, if you want to get free special summons, bounce cards, it's great. I've personally just never really felt the need to go into him, but he's still really good just to have. Then we have Decode Talker. It's Decode Talker again. He's a great card to have. I do go into him, especially sometimes I need to like clear up my board. I just go into Decode Talker. Next we have XtraHero WonderDriver. This is a pretty good card. Even though it's effect, you can go ahead and read it, but practically you can just get a mass change back on your field whenever you special summon a card in its zone. It's pretty good. Sometimes I wish it was a link too. I typically go into Sadell, the Noble Knight dude, more than XtraHero just because of I like to have 2 links and I like to search, but it's still good to have, and I'm sure a lot of people will learn, figure out new combos for this. Next we have Isodel. I'm confused. I'm not sure if I should be reading the text or the title. I don't remember its official name, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2 Tails, a Noble Knight, so oh yeah, Isodel. That's not even how you pronounce his name. Anyway, let's continue on. I apologize. I'm trying to go through this quick. So yeah, it's a really good card you can search. It's a link to, pretty good. Now for the extra deck. That's the main deck, by the way, if that's what you care about, click off, whatever. But for the extra deck, I basically for the side deck. I swear, by the way, if you're new to the channel, these are basically cards that have been recommended to me, or that they were in the deck and I've taken out, or I've just thought might be cool, but I've just never put in. So if you guys see any of these cards, you want to play around, swap, do ratios, go ahead and do that. But I have another honest news, because I said sometimes I feel like I want free. People kept telling me to add a malicious, so I put in the side deck, but honestly, I don't really want to add it. But if you guys want to do that, go ahead. Blazeman can be pretty good. I did test it, but it wasn't my thing. It was a fire tribute, so it was like eh. And I don't know, I just didn't really see myself going into it too often, so yeah, you know, it's a cool card, but it's not my style. By the way, this card was actually released on my birthday. Ash Blossom, again, it's a good card, but it's a fire type, and I didn't really see the need to go into it, because as I said, I'm more offensive. I already have Ash and Effect Veiler, so it's whatever. I don't need too many hand traps. So if you guys want to add it, go ahead. But I have another Ghost Ogre in case you want 3 of those. Drill and Logbird, pretty good card. However, as I said with the other things, I just didn't really see myself going into it, and it's a wind type. Effect Veiler, in case you want another one of those. Again, I played tested with all of these cards, so whatever. Vision Hero, people could tell me to add this, I was like, you know what, I'll put it this side deck just for you guys. Then we have Utopia Lightning, but this would technically go with other Utopia, like just a regular one. But if you guys want to add, get rid of some things, you can go ahead. I'd say get rid of Fireball, and maybe Excalibur if you wanted to go into this guy. But it's up to use. Then Diamond Direwolf, pretty good card, but I ended up replacing it with Tornado Dragon because I thought it was more better for me. So yeah, especially when we have Castle, you know, I just rather have Tornado Dragon over it. Then we have Designator from the Grave, which is kind of a good card. It's pretty unique, and it can win you a few games. However, I just wasn't interested in having it in the deck. Must change too. Did play test with this quite a bit. It was good. However, I ended up swapping it out just because I feel like the ratios I have right now are what I liked, and must change too. It's just, nah, I already have cards I discard, you know, I already have things that do what I needed to do. If you want to add it, go ahead. However, it's not for me. I mean, really, if you wanted to continue with must change or something, you want to get rid of a design, I don't know. It's up to you guys. And then we have Infinite Transcendence, Transience. If you guys want to get rid of Veiler, you can add that. A lot of people tell me to do that. However, personally, I'm not very interested because Effect Veiler is already a light type, and this thing's a trap. You know, you can even use it from your hand, but I know, just not for me. I already explained why I don't want to add Call It a Haunted, because I just rather return from the front lines much more instead. Especially since if this goes to the grave, you get, you know, you lose the card with this one. If it goes to the grave, it doesn't matter. Then we have Grand Horde of Heaven, which I actually used in my old build of Elemental Heroes, and it was a really good card. However, I don't know, it's just too slow for me right now, and I'm more happy with the current build. However, as I said, if you guys want to try any of these side deck cards, of course you want to put your own things in it, or if you have any suggestions, go ahead, do so. And if you want to give any feedback, put that in the comments down below. So yes, it's a pretty interesting deck, and it's much different to how I regularly play heroes, because before I always used to use Miracle Fusion. You know, I used to add fusions, and then I'd use Mass Change. Oh, no, not Mass Change. The other one, Form Change. That's it. I used to play Form Change and Bubble Man. It's the first build I've actually played that doesn't have Bubble Man in years. So yeah, this is a deck profile. Remember to smash your hell, every thumbs up down below if you have enjoyed. I apologize if it's a bit rushy. As I said, I don't do deck profiles often. I don't want to re-record this because of, at the end of the day, I'm honestly more so doing this so I can go back and look at this in the future, so I can reference it more so than putting up as an actual video. And I got things to do, so I don't really want to re-record this. But hey, I pretty much explained why I use all of these. I'm sure none of you guys even listening to this right now probably clicked off ages ago, but hey, this is a deck profile. If you guys have enjoyed, you want to smash your hell, the thumbs up down below. Hope you have fun with this inspiration. Can't wait to see what happens with it in the next ban list. But anyway, see you guys soon. And as we always say, give us Stratos back. Be a great card to have. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next deck profile, whatever comes up next. Peace. I just wanted to quickly include this. I just want to say I do have a bunch of duels that I've done in the stream, like playtesting it with you guys, hours and hours and hours of footage. So if you guys want to head over and check out my duel series, anything that has an elemental hero Dark Claw in the thumbnail, or Master Hero I should say, I was going to say elemental in the title, whatever. But anyway, check it out. If you see Dark Claw, then it's pretty much 90% unless you're looking at old videos. This deck. So if you want to see duels, it might not, it's not on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, it's on Dueling Nexus, but hey, it's still duels at the end of the day, it's still automated, it's still pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go ahead. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Let me get a pop when the beat goes.